we got a good one today. Okay, this is Bear Creek Avenue, and we're basically just in sort of this canyon off of I-470, and then you come right up here into this very cute sort of main street. First of all, this is like just such a beautiful piece of like historic architecture. You have Bear Creek itself right down here flowing down from the downtown area, which is right down there. It's just such a cool spot and kind of has a little bit of that like Colorado dream action going on. Quite a few people that we've been helping are interested in Morrison. Let's dive in. By the way, did I mention that it's also home to Red Rocks? How sick is that? My name is Jesse Lynch and I work with the hardest working real estate team in the game. We're called Welcome to Denver, and you can check out our website, welcometodenver.co. But this YouTube channel is here for you as a resource, helping you find a place to call home, a place to land here in beautiful Denver, Colorado, the Front Range. Even I'm kind of in the foothills right now. And that's whether you're buying a house for the first time or relocating here from a different city, state, country, planet, dimension, realm, whatever. First time home buyers, relocations, that's what we do, that's what we specialize in, that's what we focus on, and that's what we do better than anybody else. So if either of those things appeal to you, then do me a favor, do yourself a favor, subscribe to this channel and click the little bell so you can get notified when we put these videos out. And if you wouldn't mind, while I have you here, give the video a thumbs up, say something nice or funny or helpful in the comments, and I would be forever grateful. How adorable is this downtown, by the way? You got the mountains above it, just something special. And I say this every video, but I truly mean it. If you are thinking about moving to Denver or, you know, Morrison or really anywhere in Colorado, get a hold of us and we will crush it for you. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in like 30 seconds or less, or you can shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. They lead to the same inbox, so it's totally up to you how you do it. We just ask that you do it. And yeah, we'll get the show on the road, get you headed here, and get you finding the perfect house in the perfect neighborhood just for you. It does not get much more wholesome than this little downtown area, but I'm just so excited to show you around Morrison. Let's get into it. Right now I'm in a new build development here in Morrison, basically just to the east of sort of that downtown area. It's actually from right where I stand right now, I can see the Vandermeer Speedway, which is pretty cool. And like I said earlier, Morrison is home to Red Rocks, and that's what it's been known for a very long time. And it is only recently being developed in this way, right? And so it is still extremely small. Literally, the population is 390 people. I think it's gonna grow, and I think there is a lot of room for it to grow. But as it stands right now, it has a truly tiny population size. By the way, just check out beautiful views down here. Again, the Speedway and all that, but yeah, lots of room to grow. And then just want to show you down here, it's like a beautiful street with a beautiful view, sort of the mountains sit above it, and I don't know, just something super cool. Speedway is right down there as well. Morrison sits about half an hour to the southwest of Denver proper, and it's definitely removed. It feels like a bit of a mountain town. We're in the foothills, and that is the experience that you're going to get. It's not super suburban. There's naturally some suburban developments, but it is still very much like true to the mountain town feel, which I'm very fond of. I think it's super, super charming. And Morrison basically just sits to the south of Golden and to the west, I suppose, of Lakewood. And then beyond that, it becomes pretty rural and the mountains. I drove here from Denver today, and it's a pretty easy drive of right around a half an hour. But to get to the airport from here, we're talking 45, 50 minutes, maybe an hour if traffic is particularly bad. And as far as schools are concerned, schools here are pretty decent, actually. I would say quite good. You have Jefferson County School District, which as a whole gets an A- and serves all of Morrison. Again, there's all, what, 10 students? Not sure there's more than 10. But yeah, specifically of Green Mountain High School, that serves the northern portion of Morrison, and that gets an A-. And then you have Bear Creek High School, which serves the southern portion, also gets an A-. For middle schools, you have Dunstan Middle School, that gets a B+, Carmody Middle School, that gets a B, and you have a Red Rocks Elementary School, that gets an A-, which serves the southern half of Morrison, and Hutchinson Elementary School serves the northern, that gets a B+. So all in all, generally pretty good ratings as far as all that goes. Home prices, I think some of this data is like a little bit wonky because so much of the homes that are sold right now are new builds, right? But median sale price is just under $1 million, 997,000 to be exact. But again, it's gonna be in, you know, a development like this where pretty much everything is new. And actually, you can get into this neighborhood for maybe like $750 on the low end for a single family. That might be a little bit bare bones. Most people are probably adding some upgrade to the tune of, you know, 100,000 or something like that. But nonetheless, you could be here starting at around $750. You can also have access to what I like to call like an epic home, right? Again, we're in the mountains, so naturally there's going to be some crazy houses. I'm just such like a fan or like an enthusiast of like epic mountain homes. The most expensive home on the market right now is like 7.9 million. So for sure, if that's what you're looking for, you can find it, you know, maybe a little further into Morrison. But, you know, for the most part, we're talking under $1 million and somewhere between, I would say, 7 and $1 million is probably the sweet spot for most people. What do you say? Should we go for a drive, show you around a little bit more, talk through pros and cons in a second? Cool, I like your thinking. All right, y'all, we're in a pretty unreal neighborhood here in Morrison. I'm like at a cul-de-sac. There's literally trails that are private trails. They're only for folks who are in the Willow Springs Open Space Owners Association. So pretty beautiful, pretty exclusive. And you have over here, there's views of Red Rock, and over here, there's downtown Denver views. To say that this neighborhood is special seems like a little bit of an understatement. It is absolutely stunning and just situated in such a cool place. But I'm mostly just going to chill up here where the view is amazing and talk through pros and cons of living in Morrison as I see it. First pro for me is just the beautiful outdoor spaces, the access to the outdoors, and even like places that aren't sort of designated park spaces. It's just beautiful, natural beauty and tons of it. Pro number two is that it feels like, and arguably is, a mountain town. But I can see downtown Denver from right here, and it's a half an hour from Denver. So a mountain town, half an hour from Denver, that's pretty sweet and a pretty interesting, pretty unique value proposition. Pro number 3, good schools. Not outstanding, not, top 2, top 5 kind of schools, but just undeniably good schools. Next pro is that historic downtown. So charming, so cute, and I really have nothing else to say. I just think it's adorable. It feels like you're going back in time. Pro number 4, are we on 4? I think we're on 4, is access to Red Rocks, right? Access to Red Rocks is awesome, but let's be honest, the folks who live here, it's like, you're not going to Red Rocks every weekend, but it's cool that it's there. You might go there to work out, right? People love to work out at Red Rocks to, stair run, stuff like that. And even if it's not something like you're doing every week, it still is cool to have it there. And then you also have access to Bandimere Speedway, which again, maybe not something you're doing all the time, but I think that's very cool. Bandimere Speedway is known also as Thunder Mountain, which is, I don't know, just so cool. And then last pro I'm gonna say is that you do have access to like attainable new builds that are not absurdly expensive in a very beautiful natural setting. And you also have access to epic homes like these. Oh, I don't know if I showed this one up on the hill. Not too shabby. But then let's dive into the cons. First con, kind of obvious, it's expensive, right? 900K is like a median, pretty expensive. But when you think about like the house you're getting, if you think about the natural beauty that you're surrounded by, I don't think 900 is really all that crazy compared to other value propositions of other places around here. I would say next con is that it's touristy, right? You have Red Rocks, you have the Speedway. Red Rocks definitely more world famous than Speedway, but you're gonna see a little bit of that. And even the downtown, it's a little bit touristy. And when Red Rocks has events, you know that downtown is gonna be pretty full and not necessarily like all that accessible to the folks who live here. Speaking of things not accessible to the folks who live here, next con is that there's very, very few places to run errands within Morrison. Morrison doesn't have a very big footprint. Again, the population is literally 3 digits, but for pretty much all of your errands, you're gonna go to Golden, maybe to Ken Carroll or something like that. But suffice it to say, you're not really running many errands within the boundaries of Morrison. And even Golden, like it's not like right next door. It's not 5 minutes from here. So that's maybe a little bit annoying. Another thing that would not be fun is if you had to go to the airport often. If you are somebody who travels all the time, that's gonna be a pretty annoying thing to have to organize. I mean, you could probably get an Uber out here, but it's gonna be an expensive Uber too, where I'm talking $100, $150 or something like that to Uber to the airport from here. So that's not a party either. By the way, I'm in the shade now, so what a great spot. Hey, another pro, it's quiet, so peaceful. Again, that mountain town vibe. It's hard to beat how quiet it is here. The acoustics of Red Rock are world renowned, but the acoustics here are not bad either. I do think, speaking of Red Rocks, speaking of the Speedway too, the last con that I can really think of is that you're gonna have some noise from there. And there's also sort of a double side to that coin, which is you're gonna have noise from those two things. And there's different things where it's like, I think potentially living here and complaining about the noise potentially makes Red Rock, which is a world famous venue, like absolutely renowned for being such a unique and special spot. And I think some of the residents are complaining about the noise. So I get it. You don't want to live by, a really loud concert, but you do, So that's like, it's a con, but also it's a con that I would feel at all like I'm contributing to Red Rock's demise. All right, I'm gonna go for a drive. I feel like I might get arrested up here. Just kidding. my friends, I decided to actually come to Red Rocks because this is so much about like what Morrison is about. Maybe not to live here, but at its very core, this is what Morrison is known for above anything else. And if you've been watching these videos, you know that I have a section called the For Fans Of section, which is to say, if you like what you see here in Morrison, maybe check out these other spots because they have similar characteristics, you might have a similar lifestyle, etc. Before I dive into that, I would just like to say that if you are thinking about moving here, not necessarily just to Morrison, but to Denver, the Front Range, Colorado in general, get a hold of us and we will crush it for you. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in like 30 seconds or less, or you can shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. I don't know if there's something in my iris, just bright, but these are going back on. And if you found this video at all helpful so far, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, subscribe to the channel. We put out so many videos about what it's like to live here in the Denver metro area and beyond. So let's dive into some of those spots that are, the For Fans Of, that are similar for certain reasons. So one thing that we're finding is folks who are thinking about moving to Golden or like the idea of living in Golden, but maybe can't find what they're looking for, they will very often consider Morrison. So Golden for sure is I think the first and maybe the most likely For Fans Of. Then the next three are basically mountain towns that I think maybe have similar characteristics, similar feel, and you might have a similar lifestyle. Just to what you're having here. The first of which is going to be Evergreen. Evergreen is just still a little bit more to the west of Morrison here. Evergreen is beautiful. We have a virtual tour on Evergreen as well, so definitely check that out. Really cute mountain town, very much like idyllic I'm moving to Colorado kind of experience, if that makes sense. And then next up is it's even further out. It's west of Boulder, but it is a beautiful mountain town indeed. It's called Nederland. It's really special. We haven't done a virtual tour on that yet because it's so far out, but we definitely will because I just love it so much. And then lastly, and I would say that maybe this has the most tourism in common with Morrison, and that's Estes Park. Estes Park, of course, home to Rocky Mountain National Park, a beautiful area, the Stanley Hotel as well. And I think Estes Park may be one of the most beautiful towns in all of Colorado. But aside from like Vail or Aspen or things that are way further into the mountains, those are the big ones as far as I'm concerned. And so I hope this has been helpful. We will do virtual tours eventually on Estes Park in Nederland, but hopefully for now you can watch the Evergreen and the Golden videos and enjoy those. Hey, this is it. This is the video. Hope you've enjoyed it. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.